What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games, and today in our guide series we're covering how to play Cinderace. And before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and check out my other Pokemon Unite guides and highlight videos. Anyways, Cinderace is an attacker Pokemon with 4 attack stat. However, that stat should really be a 5 because he is probably the best attacker in the entire game. He has insane DPS with his auto attacks, and he has a move kit that can work perfectly around that. He also has pretty good movement speed as well with some of his steroids, and honestly, one of the best ultimates in the game that auto homes in and gets a lot of kills. And lastly, one of the few Pokemon that has a great way to snipe Zapdos at the end if you need a clutch turnaround to win the game. Anyways, let's dive right into the moveset. Cinderace's ability is Blaze. When the Pokemon uses a move, its next basic attack becomes a boosted attack. When the Pokemon hits an opposing Pokemon with a basic attack or a move, a Cinder is placed on that opposing Pokemon. Attacking a Cinder or opposing Pokemon a certain number of times will cause the Cinder to flare, dealing damage to the opposing Pokemon. When the Pokemon with this ability is at half HP or less, its critical hit rate and base attack speed are increased for a short period of time. So that was absolutely a mouthful. However, pretty much to make this short, whenever you're attacking an enemy and you use a move, you're going to put a Cinder on them. This Cinder will flare up after hitting them with more auto attack, so they're going to take more damage over time. And when you're at half HP or less, your crit rate and your basic attack speed will go up. This ability really defines Cinderace as the auto-attacking monster of Pokemon Unite and should not be overlooked. Cinderace's boosted auto attack just does more damage, which is pretty simple but really good for a Pokemon that is a DPS king. At level 1, Cinderace can learn Ember, which is a 6-second sure hit move. This means it will always hit the target once you hit the button. It shoots out a small flame dealing damage to the opposing Pokemon, leaving them burned and decreasing their attack for a short time. This move is your bread and butter get kills in lane move. You should always pick this first. This will help you kill the creeps in your lane as well. Your other starting move is Low Sweep, which is a 7.5 second dash. And this move has the user make a swift low sweep in the designated direction, dealing damage to any opposing Pokemon it hits. So you can control where you dash, and this move has multiple uses. It's honestly great for dashing in and to try to finish up a Pokemon that just flashed away from you, or to even escape from combat. And this is a great pair of eject button because it gives you essentially 2 dashes in lane. At level 7, you get to replace Ember with either Pyro Ball or Blaze Kick. Pyro Ball is a 7-second range skill shot. This has the user kick a ball of flame into the designated direction, dealing damage to the opposing Pokemon and leaving them burned for a short period of time when this move hits. The upgrade hits the cooldown of Flame Charge or Faint when this move hits. So you get to control where this move goes, and it has a pretty good range, and this move is pretty wonderful for sniping opponents out, and also you can even snipe Pokemon out like Zapdos. Cinderace's other level 7 move is Blaze Kick, which is an 8-second cooldown sure hit move, which means it won't miss. Has the user perform a fiery flying kick. This move is always a critical hit, and it shoves opposing Pokemon and leaves them burned for a short time. In addition, the user becomes immune to hindrances while using this move. Upgrade increases basic attack speed for a short time when this move hits. This move is pretty interesting because it does let Cinderace come in and out of combat for free, and the upgraded version does increase your auto attack speed, which is phenomenal. However, I do prefer Pyro Ball overall in the final build, as we'll see with the next couple moves. At level 8, Cinderace can learn its second ability, and the first one here is Flame Charge, which is a 6-second dash. It has the user charge forward, cloak in flame, dealing damage to any opposing Pokemon it hits. To me, this is a move that we would never actually use on Cinderace. It's sort of the antithesis of this Pokemon. Dashing in is nice, but you also have the lowest HP value in the entire game, so you would only really be dashing away to see any sort of value from this move, and personally, I would rather take the next move we're about to discuss. Cinderace's other level 8 move is Faint, which is a 13-second buff. Increases the user's movement speed for a short time and makes the user invincible. Upgrade. After this move is used, basic attacks that hit opposing Pokemon restore the user's HP up to 3 times. This move is phenomenal, and movement speed really can't be understated in this game. This is a 10-minute game, and any second you can go faster is very valuable so you can get to your objectives and score goals, especially because scoring can take a long time. And also making you invincible in the middle of combat. So if someone is diving onto you or attacking you, you can use Faint, run away and be invincible and escape any CC that would otherwise kill you. And then later with the upgrade, you end up doing tons of damage, and it lets you even solo a Pokemon like Zapdos, which is pretty crazy with just your auto attacks. Cinderace's Unite move is Blazing Bicycle Kick, which is a never miss sure hit. Has the user create a giant ball of flame and kick it toward the designated location. The ball releases a fierce shockwave that deals damage to opposing Pokemon in the area effect. This Unite move also increases the user's movement speed for a short time when it hits. This move is pretty crazy because it's an auto hit AoE move, and the AoE is pretty massive and does tons of damage. Personally, I think it's actually one of the best Unite moves in the entire game. For Cinderace's item build, we are going to go with Muscle Band, Scope Lens, and Float Stone. Muscle Band. When basic attacks hits, the damage is increased by 3% of the opposing Pokemon's remaining HP. We got this to level 20, so this is going to do a lot for us, and level 20 is pretty much where you want all your items to be at some point. Eventually, give it a couple weeks and we'll get there. And yeah, your attack plus 11 plus 5 basic attack speed. This is the perfect item for Cinderace because his whole kit is him just hitting as many auto attacks as fast and rapidly as possible and stacking up the Ember damage. And then Scope Lens will now increase our crit damage. So it increases the damage of basic attack critical hits. The higher the Pokemon's attack, the more damage increases. So we got a crit rate up to 2% and crit hit damage at 4%. So we're going to make our auto attacks do even more punishing damage to the opponent and hopefully be rapidly firing off our basic attacks. And then Float Stone is just going to increase our movement speed by a lot, which is pretty great, so we can get to objectives much faster. And of course our overall attack, so our auto attacks are going to do more damage as well. And this is the perfect loadout for Cinderace. For Cinderace's battle item, we are going to go with the eject button. Because Cinderace is so squishy, actually has the lowest HP in the entire game, it's going to be very vital for you to get out of there. So even with a movement speed increase, if you get hit by someone's stun, you may need to eject out of there and then hit a feint to leave the battle. Cinderace prefers to be either in the top or bottom lane. You could jungle Cinderace, however, you'll be missing out on the strong lane presence this Pokemon has. Top is preferred over bottom, but bottom does have the huge advantage of Dreadnought, and Cinderace can do Dreadnought at higher levels, especially with its crazy auto attack ability. So the thing about Cinderace is this is a Pokemon that evolves. It starts as Scorbunny, then Raboot, which it evolves to at level 5. Pokemon like this start off incredibly weak at the beginning and scale super strong into the late game. So the moment you hit Raboot, you're going to get a huge buff in lane. So getting to level 5 is your #1 priority. And until level 7, you're stuck with both of these moves, Low Sweep and Ember. So you got to really master these two moves. Low Sweep is the move that you want to use to move throughout the lane, to get into battle, to get kills, or to leave battle. Ember is how you will confirm your kills and actually get ahead in lane. Honestly, Ember is really good and definitely one of the better beginning moves in the game, but you do have to realize that you are quite fragile as Scorbunny has the lowest HP in the start of the game. So you definitely want to make sure that your team is with you and that you are not running up to the enemy because you are a ranged attacker. And this is what makes Scorbunny so good, is that kiting your enemies, using your auto attacks to apply tons of pressure and stacking on Ember onto the opponent. Once you hit level 5, you become an immediate threat to tons of Pokemon, and it'll be harder for them to bully you. As long as you stay at range, you should be able to outrange most opponents and deal tons of damage with Ember. Once you've hit level 7, this is when you become your full-on Scorbunny, and you'll be able to get Pyro Ball, which is your great poking mechanic, and at level 8, you'll be getting Feint. So make sure you get Pyro Ball into Feint. Flame Charge and Blaze Kick are sort of the antithesis of this set. Flame Charge doesn't really do what Cinderace wants, which is hang out around the battle and kite with auto attacks. And Blaze Kick is interesting because it does let you in and out for free. However, Feint gives you an invincibility and you never have to get in and get caught. What makes Cinderace so great is that you have the ability to hang out around a team fight, do massive amount of damage, and not get hit. This is why, in my opinion, Cinderace is the strongest attacker, because the amount of DPS its auto attacks does. And with this amount of damage that you do, especially a Pyro Ball and your ultimate, you can really clear teams. And one of the coolest things about Cinderace is you can do a lot of crazy moves with Feint, especially getting that movement speed up so you can enter in and out of battle as quick as possible, run in, get some health, run back out, and just finish up the team fight. Cinderace also has the ability to solo Dreadnought and even Zapdos at high enough levels without a jungle item. So this is one of those strong Pokemon where if you need to win the game and you're behind, you should just go farm mobs and get as high level as possible, because a good Cinderace has the power to pull back the victory from the jaws of defeat. Well guys, thank you so much for watching my Cinderace guide. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and check out some of the other Pokemon Unite videos I have and like this video. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time, and hopefully you'll get some MVPs with Cinderace. Peace out.